Otis not too soon. He passed a couple of years ago, and he's out smiling tonight, and we're celebrating his life. It's a consequence. Otis, most of all know, if you're a basketball fan, Otis was quite a player. And that 1968 team, I know I'm prejudiced about that, but I think that was one, if not the best Kings Mountain team. And I see some of you all back there. I see Big George back. I know that. And I want you all, this is what, you know what somebody said, 40 years teammates are. So you all on the team together, stand up this morning. This is high school athletics, and it's all about. And they're the teammates from 60 years. This kind of bond you have. Colin Jacob, Joanne, his wife, and it's just a heartwarming. And I'll tell you, they ran us back across Buffalo Creek that year. I think they beat us by 28 that year. I've got a teammate of mine back there, Forrest Johnson, that can testify on that. Anyway, Otis, all Southwest Conference 3A conference, so it was all 3 years in a row. He made the whole Southwest Conference team. And he was also all in Kings Mountain. He scored 1,292 points in his 3-year career at Kings Mountain. The All-State Prep All-American, played in the East-West All-Star game in 69-70, obviously when he was at Kings Mountain. And then Coach Hugh Dillon won the recruiting award because they were all after him down at Florida State. And he played for Florida State from 1970 to 1974. In 1972, Paul, you remember him, all those Carolina baseball, because he was on that team and played where they beat the Carolina Tar Heels in the Final Four, and got to play the championship game, the national championship against Bill Walton and UCLA. They didn't win that game, but they got to, that's the furthest that Florida State's ever been before. And so he was part of that. And he developed in the next couple of years, became one of their top players, and averaged 23 points and 6 rebounds his last year. He scored over 1,361 points in 4 years at Florida State University. And Joanne and I have really got to know each other, talking, and had a great time about some of those stories about, we were, actually in 68 was my last year at Chile, we were playing, all of us in conference were playing for second place that year. That team was so good, they had it there. But anyway, Shonda is going to come up here. Y'all who've been hearing about, and she got in last year, and she's going to have a few words about her day. And this time we're going to have her up here and talk about her dad.
Good evening, everyone. Jim Horn has made it very clear to me that we only have about 3 minutes. But if anybody in this room knows my father, he would not have abided by that because he was a talker. So I'm going to try to do my best to stay within 3 to 4 minutes, and my sister is tight. So, for those of you that do not know me, my name is Shonda Cole Wallace, and I have the privilege of speaking of a man who can no longer speak for himself, but whose life spoke volumes. I stand here today on behalf of my father and my family, deeply humbled and profoundly emotional. It is with deep pride and a full heart that I accept this Hall of Fame honor alongside my family on behalf of my father, Otis. Some of you knew him as Spider, probably his teammates. Some people called him Knob. Other people called him Oat or simply OT. But to us, he was Dad, Uncle Knob, and Paul. So I would like to take this time to thank all of his teammates from Kings Mountain High School and Florida State University. You already stood, so I will spare you from standing again. 2 years ago, I think yesterday, my father passed away. He was a hometown hero, a collegiate standout, and a good Samaritan in a truer sense of the word. But tonight proves that a true legacy never really leaves, okay? We don't just celebrate the athletic achievements, though there were many. were in attendance tonight, some of them. But beyond sports, if you were lucky enough to know him, you know he'd stop to help a stranger in the rain, or he would stop to teach you how to set your feet to shoot a good jump shot. He didn't do it for applause, he did it because it was right. Tonight, as he is enshrined in his Hall of Fame, I know he would have said that the real honor was playing for the people that he loved in a place he called home. He'd be humbled by this moment, and he'd be quick to thank every coach, every teammate, every friend, and every fan who believed in him along the way. I'm not going to name names, I'm going to try to keep it general. But tonight I want to take the time to thank the people who helped shape him and believe in him. So to his teammates, thank you for challenging him, pushing him, and believing in him. You were his brothers in competition and in spirit. To his opponents, thank you for demanding the best of him. Iron sharpens iron, and brought out his fire. He respected every one of you who lined up across from him. To his colleagues and coaches, thank you for seeing his potential, for giving him the opportunities to lead, grow, and shine. He never forgot those who opened doors and showed him how to walk through them with humility and pride. To his family, thank you all for being his anchor, and especially to the woman who stood by his side through all those years, his beloved wife and my mother, Joanne. Thank you. You were the foundation and strength and his greatest supporter. To his 4 daughters, my sisters, we know he called us his greatest legacy. He taught us what love looks like in action, what sacrifice means, how to stand tall with grace, even through the toughest moments. To his grandchildren, Papa loved you with a fierce joy. He may not be here in person to see you guys grow into young men and women, but I promise you, his spirit is with you every step, teaching you, guiding you, and cheering you on. To our extended family and friends, thank you for loving him in every chapter of his life, whether you call him Spider, Nod, OT, Oak, or Otis. You saw him, you knew his heart, and you loved him in return. So Dad, I hope you're looking down tonight and feeling the love in this room, because your legacy lives on, not just in awards or records, but in countless lives that you touched, the values that you lived by, and the lessons you left us with. You earned this moment 1,000 times over, and though we miss you more than words can say tonight, we celebrate you